A police officer involved in a high-profile, racially charged killing is found dead. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Keith Kuntz. A lot of mystery surrounding the death of a former New Milford police officer who ended up on trial for shooting and killing a suspect. It was a case with racial implications that divided a community. News 8's Aaron Cox live in News 8 Control this noon with more on this still developing story. Aaron.
Good afternoon, Keith. You know, I covered that trial, and his name was Scott Smith. He was the first Connecticut police officer ever put on a criminal trial in connection with the fatal shooting of a suspect. And the sudden death of the 41-year-old has a lot of folks asking questions. It was back in March of 2000, a jury finding Scott Smith guilty for pulling the trigger and shooting a suspect right in the back while taking that suspect into custody. Now, because the suspect you see there, Franklin Reed, was African American and Scott Smith was a white police officer, the case took on a lot of racial overtones, dividing a community. It also brought in police officers from all over the country to the courthouse to show support for Scott Smith. Eventually, there were appeals, and Scott Smith was able to plead guilty to a lesser charge, and he never served any jail time, but also he was never able to return to a career in law enforcement. Now, the state medical examiner's office in Farmington telling us this afternoon it will perform an autopsy tomorrow to try and determine the exact cause of death. We're live in News 8 Control this afternoon. I'm Aaron Cox, News 8.